Now, you probably came to this video because you want to learn some financial tips, as you see from the title. So, I'm here to give you financial tips, about 5 of them before the end of the video, but it all depends on you and how you use them. Tip 1, learn to keep track of your money. If you cannot keep track of your money, you cannot manage your money. You can't measure it, you can't manage it. Every single thing you do, you need to write it down. You need to know where your money is going at all times. If you're going out to eat, write it down. How much it costs, everything. If you're paying the bill, write it down. How much it costs, everything. Just write everything down you do. Everything that you pay for, anything that you do, write it down. And then have a budget. You want to try to have a budget. It makes it way easier to keep track of your money. You don't have to write everything down. You have a budget. Like me, I save 100 on, I put about 100 or 250 in my savings almost every check. And then I only spend about $100 on food. I don't have to write everything down, but I know my budget. Simple. So at the end of the day, when you just keep either a budget or keep track of your spending, you know where all your money is going. And it's easier for you to track your money and know where to cut back at. If you're going out to eat too much, cut back. Try to eat inside the house and not spend so much money on going out on fast food. It just helps you save a lot more money once you keep track of your money. Learn to save. You have to learn to save. If you don't learn to save, you're not gonna get very far. You're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck every time. You could probably make $100,000 a year, but at the end of the year, you spend $100,000. What is the point of making $100,000? You spend $100,000. You should at least if you're making $100,000, you should at least have $50,000 saved up at the end of the year. You shouldn't be living fully off your income. That is not how you should be living. But a lot of people don't understand that. Like I say in most of my videos, you should have at least 6 months of worth of income in your savings. If you don't have that, then continue to save. But you need to learn how to save. That is a crucial step. Without saving, you will not get far. You keep living paycheck to paycheck and you'll be stuck in that rat race. The thing called the rat race is when people just go to work and just live paycheck to paycheck and don't know what they're doing. They're just gliding through life. Like, it's not something you want to do. You need to learn how to save. Tip 3, read financial books. You need to learn how to read financial books. Well, not really learn, but you need to read financial books. It helps you in so many ways. I just seen this documentation. It was Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. It was really Tristan Tate, but he was like, reading books is kind of bad. It's not useful. But I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but I feel like I learned so much reading my books. So you need to read books. It helps you learn a lot more than just going on YouTube. A lot of stuff in books that you will not learn on YouTube, like about making money. So many emotions go into it. Like I'm reading about Think and Grow Rich. I learned a lot from it so far, and I haven't finished the book yet. But you need to learn how to read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, 48 Powers. I think it's called Quadrant 2 or Quadrant 3 around there by Rich Dad Poor Dad. And there's plenty more books, but I haven't got to them. But there's plenty more books that you should learn how to read, and it will help you in your financial life by a lot. Tip number 4, you need to pay off your debt. Pay off your debt as soon as possible. Debt is a big thing that Americans do not realize, or just people in general do not realize, that you do not want a lot of debt. A lot of people say certain debt is good and certain debt is bad. All debt is kind of bad if you want to be real about it. Because if you have say you own real estate is like a good debt that people will call good. You can't make any true money off of that real estate until you pay that debt off. You will not make any real money off that real estate until you pay that debt off. If you don't really have cash flow coming in, say you're renting a house for $2,000 a month, your mortgage is $1,005, I would say. You have $500 that comes from, that's free. You know what I'm saying? That's free. But that $500, you need to have that saved into if something happens, you can't spend that whole 500. And I'm sure people are not out here charging about 1,000 or 2,000 more than what the rent is actually supposed to be. You would not have a lot of cash flow until you pay that debt off. You want that cash flow. That's when money's keep coming in, and you don't have to worry about payments on other stuff. Like if your house, somebody puts a hole in your house or something like that, you don't have to worry about that, because once that debt is paid off, you can get all that 2,000 they're paying in rent, or whatever I said, 2,000 or 1,500 paying in rent, and that can go straight to you. But you can also put some money to the side, like $500, like you was doing before, and save that if something goes wrong in the house. But boom, all debt is not good. Any debt is not good. You want to try to pay it off as soon as possible. Credit card debt, loans, anything, it doesn't matter. Pay it off as soon as possible. You do not want that on your credit report. And I'm not saying don't utilize debt though. Don't utilize credit cards. Utilize credit cards. The credit cards have a lot of perks. It's not bad to use credit cards, but just make sure you minimize how much you use. Don't use too much, and don't get yourself into a crazy amount of debt. Step 5, you stop going out to eat. Try to eat in as much as you can. Try to cook as much as you can. Now, I'm not saying don't go out to eat with your friends sometimes, from time to time. Like I'll say like once or twice a week, but don't go out crazily, because most of the time when you go out, you're spending probably about $50 the minimum, 50 or 20 minimum. You gotta spend money on gas. You gotta spend money on food. If you're going out, most likely it's a restaurant. And if you're probably going out somewhere before that, but all that's probably adding up to about $50 a day. If you're only making $2,000-3,000 a month, $3 a day is a lot. You know what I'm saying? But try to minimize going out and eat in more. Go out to the grocery store and have a set list of what you want to buy. You don't even have to go buy expensive stuff. Eating healthy is not expensive. A lot of people try to make it expensive. It is not expensive. You can buy chicken, you can buy vegetables, and you can buy fruits. Fruits and chicken is not expensive. Chicken is healthy. Not fried chicken, but baked chicken is healthy. You can buy steak. Not all steak is expensive. You can buy steak and it can last you a long time, or about 4 or 5 days. But you don't have to go out all the time. Try to limit you going out and just go buy groceries and eat at home. Have friends come over, whatever. But stop going out and spend money on fast food, restaurants, whatever. Minimize shopping too, because I know girls, y'all like going out shopping. Don't shop every single week. You don't need to. It's okay. You don't have to get your hair done every single week. You don't have to do none of that. It's okay, I promise you. Minimize shopping, minimize going out, minimize all that as much as you can. It will make you so much financially better and manage your money. Through all these tips that I just gave you, it's on you how you want to take it. Until next time, this was Adrian Nathan, and I will see you next time.